Hi, I'm Lauren, Chief Editor at Data Center Insight. Joining me today is Andy Wilmot, Managing Director of WB Power, and we're here to talk about the changing landscape of power resilience, the challenges it brings, and the acquisition of the Wilmot Group by Relco. Andy, if you could just introduce yourself.
I'm Andy Wilmot. I'm the Managing Director of the Wilmot Group, WB Power Services and Wiltec Acoustics Limited.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Andy. So, there's lots of exciting things going on in the data center industry, especially with grid instability, which is being described as the new normal.
Yeah,
So what can you tell us what's happening to the global power grid and why is the reliability of it declining?
I think a lot of it's driven by demand. I think there's really aging infrastructure. There's probably years of networks not being looked after properly, not being invested in properly. That's leading to a lot of instability. I think on top of that, you've kind of got the weather chucked in there as well, which causes loads of problems. I know we look after quite a few utility companies, and it's not just high winds that cause problems. It's things like torrential rain and the ground freezing. There's lots of stuff going on there that kind of causes loads of problems with the power. And I think now, certainly being in the generator industry, it's a really important time for us. Grid's unstable, power demand is going up. The world needs power, the world needs data, and we're in the right place at the right time, I think. And that's kind of one of the reasons why we've done this with Relco.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, especially in the UK with the weather being so disastrous. I don't know whereabouts you are, but it's been absolutely torrential in the central of England where I am. So, like, when things like this go wrong for mission critical environments like data centers, how severe can the consequences be when power is lost, even if it is for a couple of minutes, 10 minutes or so? Like, what's the
Power's everything really to a data center, isn't it? So
yeah.
uptime, everybody bases their whole life around uptime. Everybody wants to achieve that 100% goal. You lose power, it's really important that you've got the right backup critical backup system to be there when you need it. And it's been sized correctly, it's been designed properly. It's having the right solution provider is key, really. I think you've also got the financial. It's not just the downtime and reputation, is it? It's the financial SLAs, the targets, reputation. It powers everything. Uptime is everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So what does effective power resilience look like today then? When, especially when combining generators with UPS systems to maintain uninterrupted operations?
I think again, it's effective power resilience. Really, it's working with the client. It's understanding their needs. As I said before, uptime is everything. So
Yeah.
when the power first goes off, it's making sure that the UPS is there to take the power straight away. There's no break. Uh, Beyond that, the generator comes in, everything's serviced, maintained properly, and the client sees no loss of power at all.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the ideal, isn't it?
Yes.
So moving on to this new partnership, can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so we've worked with Relco now since 2003. Used to be called SDMO, then went to Cola. So we've always been the main agent in Europe. And for us, I think you look up, I've taken WB Power and the Wilmot Group from basically my mum and dad's garage. We were a small business, 26 employees, couple of £1 million turnover. And at the point that we sold to Relco, we had 615 staff and turning over around 150, somewhere between 150, 200 million. So I think for us, it brings absolute complete accountability for the whole solution. So it's from the manufacturing process, the installation, the design with the client, and then also ensuring that the client's educated with maintenance beyond that. So it's the whole life cycle, complete
Yeah.
accountability. And I think for us, I kind of felt that we needed something to be part of something bigger to grow. So we've got to the size we were going to get to, and you can see data centers accelerating at a rate of knots. It's hyperscale now, isn't it? It's massive
Yeah.
sites, hundreds of machines. And I think whilst we've grown significantly, we're still of a size that bigger data center clients would look at us and say, well, actually, there's a risk there because they're too small to do this job. So
Yeah.
for us, it's kind of a key time now. We want to take the business forward. We still have big plans to grow the business and give the clients exactly what they need, the complete solution. And being part of Relco allows us to do that. And I think it also gives us access to a lot more engineering resource, a lot more products. So Relco obviously sell UPS, switchgear, generators. So for us, it's the complete solution. It's all within our control, and we can make sure the client gets exactly what they need.
So I'm right in thinking that it's a full system completely tailored to them. Can
Yes.
you explain, 'cause obviously not everyone will offer this sort
Yeah.
of level of tailoring. So why is this so important for data centers to have this level of tailoring to their needs?
Power is a complex thing, certainly in a critical
Mm,
application like a data center. It's not just a case of, oh, we have a 100 kilowatt load, let's put a 100 kilowatt generator on it. It doesn't work like that. You've got things like inrush currents, you've got harmonics, you've got to consider how the client's going to apply the load, whether that's pure IT load, whether it's a mechanical load. There's the resilience around that as well, making sure that you've got enough power there, and if a generator fails, which happens at times, or if there's an electrical problem, that there's another generator ready to come in. The system's designed in the correct way, so if you do have a power outage and there is a problem, that the client sees no break.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so sustainability as well is becoming a core part of resilience planning as well, especially with power and
Yeah.
the demand for power. How are the generators helping the customers reduce carbon emissions while maintaining reliability?
So all railco generators can run on HVO. So if you apply the correct SCR exhaust after treatment and use HVO, I don't think that there is a lower CO2 power supply or stable power supply. So
Yeah.
you can talk about wind and solar and battery storage, but in this country, because of the weather, the sun, the wind changing all the time, whilst it's a good low CO2 power supply, it's not stable. So to me, a generator and a UPS run on HBO with the correct after treatment maintained correctly is the best CO2 scrap that is. I know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say, do you?
Yeah, no,
It's
no, I know.
it's the best solution, the best lowest CO2 emission solution
Yeah,
that's stable.
yeah, absolutely. And so moving forward and looking forward to 2026, what's new or what's coming up in the pipeline for you guys, if you can give a little teaser. And I would love to hear about any of your predictions of what you think that is going to happen with the power and the grid over the
I
next few
think
years.
for us, obviously, we're currently in the integration phase. The acquisition only happened 5 months ago. So working with
Mm,
Railco to make sure all our teams understand the products, understand the client offering, making sure that we tailor the right solution. And I think for us, it's about working across Europe with the Railco teams to really push us and in front of the clients, show them what we can do. I don't think there is another generator supplier that has our capability now, that complete end-to-end solution, the complete initial design, sizing, installation, commissioning, looking right the way through to maintenance. We can kind of take the whole problem away from the client. That includes
mm.
gantry systems, all the acoustic work, the fuel storage solutions. We do the whole lot, complete accountability as well. So I don't think there's anybody else out there that can offer that. So for us, we have a real unique offering.
Well, yes,
It
and it
was,
sounds like a no-brainer, right?
yeah, it is definitely. That's why we did it. That's why we
Yeah.
did it. Like I said before, it's the right time for us. It's going to it puts us on really good stable ground for growth going forward. I think what's coming next year, growth, new product innovation, lots of new designs coming out. We've got big teams working on everything. A lot I can't tell you about, but there's a lot to come.
Of course.
So
Of
we're gonna the plan for us really, it's just to growth, provide stability for the data center market.
Yeah, absolutely. And all that visibility as well. So in
Yes.
terms of the market itself, where do you
Yeah.
think the grids are we going to get a bottleneck at some point? Like, where do you think it's heading for 2026 in the next couple of years?
I think
I
the
know it's a
bottom.
hard question, but
Yeah, it is. I think the bottleneck that I see is probably capacity and supply. To be
yeah.
honest, I think data center demand is growing that much, and we're seeing some pretty significant jobs coming out into the market at the minute. And you talk about Relco and the other key players in the market, the demand that I see coming is far greater than anything we've seen before. So I think the biggest challenge is going to be people getting their orders in early to make sure that they get their place in the pipeline, the production pipelines. And I think, without wanting to sound like a used car salesman, it's kind of, that is a true thing that's happening. It's not kind of made up to try and force orders. You
Yeah.
need to get your orders in quickly to make sure that your data centers get what they need when they need it. Uh, so things like steel supply, generator supply, all the electrical infrastructure supply across Europe. I think there's going to be a big demand on that supply chain,
Yeah,
and I think data
absolutely.
centers need to work with supply chain more to achieve what the data center needs us to achieve.
Exactly, and especially if there are shortages and then, projects
Yeah.
come to a halt and, there's delays because of all of that capacity.
It just creates pressure, doesn't it? And I think
Yeah,
if companies like Relco and us work more with the data centers and the supply chains, we can kind of take that pressure away and make it easy and deliver what we need to deliver by the dates that they need to be delivered.
exactly. And then they can focus on what they do best and leave you guys to do what you do
Yeah,
best.
definitely.
Right, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Andy. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, just thank you very much.
Right. Thank you. Good to meet you.